Yo, what's good YouTube? It's Mood Boy. You know what time it is. It's time for a new plugin review, and today we've got this exciting new plugin. It's called Spawn. Spawn is basically an AI plugin that can generate MIDI. So we're talking 3 different parts with a bass, the chords, and the melodies. Since it's an AI plugin, you're basically never gonna have the same exact chord and melodies. So you're always gonna have unique loops that are 100% royalty free. And it's quite a good news because if you use Splice to get your samples, you're sometimes gonna hear the same loops in many different beats. So with a plugin like that, you basically avoid using the same loops, but at the same time, you really gain a lot of time making your beats. Before trying out the plugin, let me just tell you that I received this plugin for free, so I didn't pay for it, but at the same time, I'm not getting paid to make this video. So I can still be objective since I'm not paid for it. Anyway, let's not wait any longer and let's try it. That's what we've got when we open it, and the first thing you can do is to click on Spawn. By default, it's selected 3 tags for you. Let's just keep it like that. It's random, by the way. It changes every time you open up the plugin. Then, of course, we're gonna try different tags to see how it works. First loop we've got is this one. Quite cool. I can press again on Spawn and we're gonna have something different. This is the second loop. Quite cool as well. Let's try another one. I'm gonna show you how it works. So first of all, let's play with the tags. So you can change the instrument, the vibe, and the vibe as well. So you can change the instruments here. For example, let's try brass and analog, and then a chill vibe. Let's see what we've got. Why not? Let's change analog to aggressive. See if there's a big changes. Aggressive and chill. It's a bit weird. You can change the sound. And get rid of the chords. The bass too. And as you can see, we can change the MIDI file as well. Let's try to get rid of those one. Then you can also play with the effects. Okay, so I can change the pitch up or down, or I can play with the effects on the left and right. And I can keep holding Alt just to play with the effects. You can also customize the effects here. But let's try to generate other ideas to really see what it can do. Let's go for a dark vibe and with wobbles and keys or a synth pad. Let's see if it does something nice. Okay, let's try the keys instead. Okay, you can try different variations. So here I have different MIDI patterns. can can make a trap beat. Okay, let's say I like this one. So there are two things you can do. You can just drag and drop the MIDI region like that. And now by default it's a piano sound in Logic Pro. You can also split it, so this way you will have 3 different MIDIs, 2 different ones because on this one I don't have a melody. Oh no, I don't have a bass on this one. Okay, so if you click split, now I have the melody here and the chords here. Of course, what's good about it is that you can play any VST you want. So let's try to open up Serum. Just gonna go through a random preset here. And same thing for this one. Alright, it's already a completely different vibe. This was the original idea here. But if you change the VST, you got something different. I'm just doing something random here, so I don't really have anything in mind. It's just to show you the different possibilities with what you can do with this plugin. Let's play it an octave lower. And of course, if you like the sound of Spawn, you can just keep it as the original sound. And also you can change it. So this is the original idea we've got here. But here you select a different instrument. With the filter. Okay, quite nice for a first try, and let's go with something different. Let's go with a guitar and something digital, so weird sort of guitar maybe, and energetic. Okay, Spawn. Nah, something else. This is more epic. Let's change the sound. Woo. Okay, let's try something different. A guitar, but this time an ambient guitar and a sad vibe. Let's see if I can do something along those tags. Ooh. This would be like a melodic drill beat, for sure. And you can make it longer, so let's say I want an 8-bar loop. Yeah, okay, good. So I have something different between here the 4th bar and here the 8th bar. So this is good. This is kind of what I wanted. Okay, I got a bit lost with that. Let's try again a piano and a sad piano. I don't like this one. Okay. this can be a vibe. Let's try something else. Ooh, I like it. Since it's AI, sometimes it's gonna work better than others, and I think this loop, for example, works really, really well. This is a really good loop as it is. You don't really need to tweak the sound because the plugin sounds good by itself, and also the melody, the chords, the bass, they are all on point. That's pretty impressive, I think, and that can be a huge time saver if you want to make a fast beat or you just want to create a quick starting point for a beat. I think sometimes you need to embrace the new technologies, and I know some people are gonna say, oh, it's like cheating, but I mean, if you look back in time, before you had to record everything by yourself, you have to play the keys, you have to play the guitar and record on a tape, so you cannot edit it like we can edit everything now. There wasn't any MIDI or virtual instruments, but now we're just all using it. I think no one is saying that it's cheating to use a VST. So this kind of new AI VST is a new way of making chords and melodies. So if it works and it's there on the market, there's probably a place for it. And of course, if you want to be an amazing producer and beatmaker, you can't just rely on a plugin like that. You still need to know how to make your own MIDI loops, or even how to play an instrument can be a bonus. But this plugin can be a really good thing to have in your toolkit. Anyway, let's try a couple of more things before finishing this review. So here you can also choose to select a scale. Let's say I want a C minor scale. Then I can still choose the tags, I think. Spanish, piano, and dark in a C minor scale. Let's see. To have it here. So you can really customize it. And again, if you're just using this plugin, it's good, but you still want to train your ear, maybe to play an instrument, to do that. So this way you can really tweak things as you hear them. For me, I hit the melody like that, which is not too far off from the original idea, but this way it's an AI melody, but also I tweaked it. I'm editing it a bit more. Now I don't need that. Maybe this chord can be a bit louder. What's good about it is that it played already with the velocities. So this kind of help giving a kind of organic touch to it. Okay, so there we go. I made my own kind of melody with a bit of help from AI, a bit of help from Spawn. Okay, and once again, you can try different type of sound. So chord, can I just change the instrument for the chords? I think I can, but let's see. Okay, here on the bottom right, you have all those type of sound. Okay, it doesn't change anything. Oh no, here I'm changing the bass. My bad. Okay, let's change the chord here. Maybe some keys. Ooh, okay. And yeah, maybe the piano wasn't the best idea. Let's try some keys. If you like it, you can save the preset as well, so you know what sounds you like. This is quite good. But with this one I can play it an octave lower, I think. imagine something like that. Ooh, I like it. So this is an option, and let's just go through the different sounds. Oh, no, I'm on the bass. Okay, melody. There we go. Pluck can be good. Too aggressive. Yeah, this is cool. Okay, and now you can change the mix. So I want this melody quieter. So nice. Honestly, I'm not faking a review, like, this is a really good starting point. Okay. What I would do is to split it. So maybe I can create a new track because I didn't split it. I need to keep the chords here. And now you can play with some reverb. Let's try to pitch it down. Okay, really nice. Just for the purpose of this example, I added a drum loop, and this is the result. I'm gonna finish this review with an open question, or maybe some ways of making this plugin even better. You probably know that Kendrick's song Humble. Let me play it quickly. And why does it sound the way that it sounds is because we have this semitone interval in the Phrygian mode. It's not gonna be a harmony and theory tutorial, but basically we have 7 different modes, and the Phrygian mode is the third one, taken from the C major scale. But on Spawn, as we can see here, when we choose the key and the scale, we only have 2 choices. A major scale, but this is basically a C major, and this will generate melodies from a C natural major scale. And then we have C minor, which is a C natural minor. But we don't have the other modes, such as Phrygian. Bear in mind that probably 95% of the music you're listening to, I just say 95% randomly, but most music we're listening to are based on a major natural scale or a minor natural scale. But we also have some nice examples of songs that are based on the Phrygian mode, for example, or you can also have other scales like the natural harmonic minor and so on. As I said, I'm not gonna go into a harmony and theory video, but just to mention that there are plenty of other scales that are less common, of course, but that can be really nice to have in the plugin. So as I said, this is an open question. Maybe in the future we can have more scales available, so more possibilities with this plugin to have different vibes. That would be really good, but as it is now, technically it would never generate Kendrick's Humble song just because it uses a scale that's not available on this AI plugin. I hope that makes sense, and as I said, the plugin is already impressive as it is, and it uses chords chords, melodies, and basses taken from a major natural or a minor natural scales, which are the most common ones anyway. Alright, that's about it for this video. Let me know what you think of this plugin. Have you tried it? Do you want to try it? Just write it in the comments. If you liked this unbiased review, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the like button. This way I can keep on making videos like that. I'll see you very soon for a new video. Stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.